Know thyself, know thy future. Invest in yourself. So you've looked at through the survey on the Georgia website at various jobs that are available, but what is a job? Well, a job is an activity through which an individual, excuse me, you can earn money. Most people have several jobs during their lifetime. Maybe you've already had several jobs in your lifetime. That's pretty normal now for that to happen. How do you become qualified for jobs? How do you get a job? Well, there are two concepts, two ideas. Your human capital and your transferable skills help you to invest in yourself so that you become qualified for jobs and better jobs. So first, what is human capital? Well, human capital is the skills, knowledge, and experiences that you have. The ability to operate a machine, being a point guard on a basketball team. All of those are skills, knowledge, experiences that are your human capital. So how can you invest in your human capital? Transferable skills was the other area. Those are versatile skills that are applied to personal and professional roles, such as your creativity, how well you cooperate, your organization skills, your listening skills. You'll find that those come in handy in your personal life and in your professional life, your job life. And there are 4 categories of transferable skills that you can work on and develop. First area is interpersonal skills. Those are your people skills or your soft skills. An example of that might be maybe you're a greeter in a restaurant. That role, that job, definitely takes some people skills. The second area is analytical skills. What kind of analytical skills do you have? That's where you have the ability or the strength to analyze problems and find solutions. So maybe a job now you might have would be to do some troubleshooting at a job. Maybe there's something's broken and you analyze the problem and find solutions. Or maybe something's not quite working right at your job and you try to figure out why and fix it. The third area are your technical skills. Those are specific hands-on skills. So repairing machines on a job, or doing computer programming, or typing, for example. Those are your technical hands-on skills. And the last are your organization skills. Are you able to sort data or keep records? So an example might be on a job you fill out some forms and you have to get them into the right folder or the right box or something. You're able to sort through papers. Those are your organizational skills. So these are 4 areas that you can kind of work on to help improve your ability to get a job. So what's a transferable skill you possess in each category now? What are some transferable skills that maybe you could develop? So a job is an activity through which you can earn money. Then, investing in your human capital and transferable skills develops a career. And a career is a lifetime journey of building and applying skills, knowledge, and experiences in paid employment positions. So it's a series of jobs. But what makes a career different from a series of jobs is that you are building and learning and applying and kind of working your way up a little bit, getting better jobs, higher paying jobs, and not just shifting from one job to the next, but not really advancing yourself. So why would you want to develop your career? Well, it will enhance your well-being. We've talked about well-being a little bit. Your high well-being comes from feeling good about your life. And careers can contribute to a high well-being. A career can help you feel success. It can give you meaningful work, and it can be enjoyable. What is that saying? If you love what you do, you feel like you never work a day in your life. That's kind of how I feel about teaching. I just love teaching. I don't really feel like I'm working. It just feels like something I want to be doing. Well, how do you invest in yourself? By continuing your education. You are all here and you're working on your education. That's huge. I applaud you. Keep it up. You can continue education through informal training, learning that occurs in everyday life. You're learning how to use ASIO apps, Google Apps, for example. Networking, friends that you make or people that you know, they can all help you get a better job and invest in yourself by teaching you things. Doing some reading manuals if you're stuck on something or if something's not working, Googling it to learn how to do it or watching a YouTube video. And then there's also formal training. So that's where you learn a specific set of skills from an expert, like your teacher. That can include post-secondary education or even just attending a workshop or a session where you are learning from an expert how to do something. What type of informal or formal training are you currently participating in? Training often results in greater job security, increased employability, increased earnings throughout a career, making connections with people that can help you find better jobs, adding and enhancing skills, and increasing your knowledge. Post-secondary education. So that means that you already have your high school diploma or you've passed your GED test. So you're doing more schooling beyond high school. There are four main categories of post-secondary education. That's where you could do formal training with no degree. So you're gaining a specialist or a license, like an electrician or a beautician. You're not getting a degree, but you are definitely increasing your education. You're learning a specialty. Then some people will start college but not finish. Steve Jobs, for example, was one person who started college but didn't finish. So a degree requirement is not finished, but it looks better, it is better. You've learned something through college even though you didn't get your degree. Another option could be an associate degree. That's a 2-year degree, like at North Hennepin Community College. So becoming an LPN, for example. And then there's the bachelor's degree, the 4-year degree. Although it says there the time varies. I actually took 6 years to finish my undergraduate, my bachelor's degree. There's nothing that says it has to be done in 4 years. So there's many ways to get a bachelor's degree, classes and so on. Well, where can post-secondary education occur? In community colleges, technical or vocational schools, colleges, universities, private institutions, like Dunwoody is an example, or academies. There are all different sort of options for you. Keep in mind, education pays. The more education you have increases your income earning ability and decreases your unemployment. You'll have more job opportunities the more education that you have. Here's a chart. Earnings and unemployment rates looking at how much education you have. So this is 2013. These are last year's national statistics. Let's start at the bottom. So you have less than a high school diploma. People that had less than a high school diploma, overarching, looking at everybody, had 11% unemployment. So 11% of them were not able to find jobs in 2013. Compare that with people that had a high school diploma. There, only 7.5% of the people were not able to find jobs. That's a huge gap. And being able to find a job or not being able to find a job just for finishing your high school diploma. People that had some college but didn't finish, or had like a 2-year associate's degree at North Hennepin Community College, for example, look at the difference there, 5% to 11%. That's huge when you are trying to find a job and you're unemployed. Having some schooling helps you in your employment. Let's look at the other side of this chart. The median weekly earnings. Median is an average. It means the middle. So looking at the middle dollar amount that people on average earned. Less than a high school diploma, people that had less than a high school diploma were earning $472 a week. If you had a high school diploma, it went up to $651 per week. Some college but not finishing, and an associate's degree like North Hennepin Community College, look at the difference, $777 compared to not finishing high school at all, $472. That's a difference of $300 per week times 52 weeks times how many years? That's a huge amount of money that little bit that maybe it cost you and your time and the dollars to go to North Hennepin is going to pay for itself multiple times over your lifetime. Pay itself back. Two more terms: occupation and industry. Occupation is a grouping of jobs that perform similar tasks. So for example, an occupation could be the accounting occupation. So there are a variety of different types of accounting jobs, and they all fall under the accounting as an occupation. Industry is a group of establishments that produce similar products or provide similar services. So like the oil industry, they all work on getting oil, mining for oil, drilling for oil, refining the oil, selling the oil. That's the oil industry. So you can have a job, the occupation might be accounting in the oil industry. Or maybe the retail industry. You work at Target or Walmart. That's the retail industry. So maybe you could be an accountant. That's the occupation or particular job in the retail industry. So you can kind of start to think about what type of occupation or what type of industry you would to work in. So here's another example. The occupation maybe is clerical. In the industry, somebody's working in his health services. The current job is a chiropractor receptionist. Then the person worked on some formal training. They received their practical nursing AAS degree over at North Hennepin Community College. And now their occupation is nursing. They're still in the health services industry, and the potential job they're looking for is a nurse in a doctor's office. So they kind of started off in the same industry they wanted to stay in, but they started off as a chiropractor, did some schooling, a chiropractor receptionist rather, did some schooling, and now they're looking for a nursing job. So your jobs that you accept, the occupation area in the industry that you work in can help determine what type of continuing education to pursue. So if you like a particular industry, you like a particular occupation, or there's a certain kind of job that you want, that will give you some direction or some focus on what kind of education to pursue. Remember the statement, your present self impacts your future self. Investing in your human capital today can determine future job opportunities that will create your well-being, that will enhance your well-being. How are you currently investing in your human capital?